Hey guys, and welcome to Let's Watch Final Fantasy X Will. There's not really much of a play going on here, but this was a little radio drama that they did alongside the release of Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD.
2 years. It's been 2 years since Spirit entered the Eternal Calm. I was given a new life.
And as you can tell from that voice,
For a year, I was able to walk alongside Yuna.
Titus is alive.
It was great. It really was.
I like the going back to Final Fantasy X's To Xanarkin theme. Very nice touch. I love that song. It's one of my favorites from the entire game. It's one of my favorites from both games, actually. But yeah, there's not much from what I recall is... I've only watched this once, but there's not much in terms of visuals to go along with this. Looks like they're using all of the older score from Final Fantasy X. I don't remember much from this. I think it's about 20 minutes or so long. But it basically covers what happens to the characters a few years out from the events of Final Fantasy X-2.
Kurgum and I were walking down Bevel's Stadium Road, formerly known as Micah Road. The stadium that was supposed to be completed by now is still bearing its skeleton. Will the tournament really take place here? How will the council take responsibility if it doesn't? Well, it doesn't really matter to me. It has no bearing on my life. The real issue for me is the crowd up ahead, and the star shining in the middle of it.
Hey, Chiwami, not that way. We gotta hurry.
Waiting on you, so we might as well just be late. Anyway, look. Isn't that Tidus?
Huh?
And yes, they decided it was Tidus.
Let's go take a closer look.
I don't care how many people tell me otherwise,
What, are you
it's still
nervous?
Tidus. If you wanted it to be Tidus, put a second T in
The
there.
reason for Kurgum's nervousness wasn't Tidus' status as a Blitzball superstar,
Which of course he
but
is.
because he was one of the legendary Guardians.
One of Yuna's legendary
Alongside
guardians.
High Summoner Yuna, he had literally saved Spira from annihilation.
Yeah, in one hit. If you
By
go
the
back
by,
after
I
maxing
too
out
was
your
feeling
levels.
a little nervous. My reason being that he knew my father.
Ooh, mystery. Who is your father? I remember when I watched this the first time, I was trying to figure out who her father was, and I spent most of watching this whole thing trying to figure that out. I don't remember who it was anymore. It's been probably a year since I've seen it.
Thank you. Thank
Can I
you.
get an autograph too?
Shake my hand, man.
I've been your
Shake my
fan
hand,
since
right here.
forever.
Come on, man.
Tidus, we're rooting for you!
Yep.
Yep. It wasn't just his words that were hollow. When I shook his hand, his grip felt weak and lifeless.
Okay, well, I gotta get going. I'll see y'all at the stadium.
Nice concept art they're throwing in
That
here.
is what you call a star.
That I won't deny, but
What is it?
I think he's injured. Or maybe he's sick or something.
I don't remember
Hey,
exactly
Kurgum,
what happens,
Which team is favored to win it all?
but I remember figuring,
Probably the Besaid Auras.
of course,
And
because they
after
used to
that?
suck.
The Albed Psyches, maybe?
Okay,
Psyches?
let's find a betting parlor. We might make a fortune.
Chiwami, is that really... you know...
Allow me to make formal introductions.
That'd be nice.
This is my childhood friend, Kurgum. If all was right in the world, he'd be a summoner. But things as they are, he currently serves as a council-authorized sender, who ushers souls to the far plane.
So summoners still have a purpose,
My
even
name
if
is
they don't
Chiwami.
summon.
And I serve as Kurgum's assistant. But in reality, he serves me. Now don't misunderstand. This isn't about love or some such, and it never will be. The future may be uncertain, but that I know for sure.
I like her voice.
This is not some kind of ironic lead-in.
You know
Repeat.
exactly.
Not a lead-in.
It's gonna be a lead-in, of course it is. This is anime,
Come on, let's
basically.
go.
All right. We had been assigned to fly to Besaid Island on behalf of Spirit Council Chancellor Barrelai. Just a minor errand, really.
Interesting. So yeah, we have these two new characters that we never knew before, and trying to figure out kind of see through their eyes, you know, hypothetically, or what's the word I'm looking for? Because you're not actually seeing through their eyes, but you're experiencing this this new world, or what's changed the world since,
dummy,
you know,
that's
from
Killica.
these two.
We are approaching Besaid. Prepare for landing.
Did you just laugh?
Of course not. Show me. I can't breathe.
Prepare for landing, weapon yuck.
They still got Al Bhed going. Speaking of
Our
Al Bhed, I think
objective is
that's
to meet
Sid.
the one and only High Summoner Yuna. She currently serves as an advisor to the Yevoners. Now, Yevoners, you know the story with them. Stuffy, anachronistic fossils. They're the guard dogs of the old ways and so-called morality.
Okay, so new Yevon.
The recent commotion caused by hardline Yevoners has been quelled. But it's nauseating to think that organizations like that still exist in Spira.
Considering what happened in
I
10-2,
really don't
yeah.
like these Yevoners. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested in meeting the heroine who defeated Sin 3 years ago and freed Spira from a 1,000-year curse. She also must have known my father well.
That says that it's one of the Guardians. Who could it possibly be? Well, we knew Waka didn't have a kid. Kamari didn't have a kid. Titus obviously didn't have a kid. Oh,
So, what business
Lulu
does the
didn't have a
council
kid.
have here?
My apologies, Mayor Lulu.
of course she's mayor.
But my instructions are to speak to Lady Yuna in person.
Oh yeah? Well then I guess we should let you see her. Not. Lots of people come here saying the same thing, yeah?
We're here to spare Yuna any unnecessary
I'm
headaches.
thinking there's only
Now
one
state
option
your
left.
business.
Orin.
Well, I guess you got a job to do too. Let's do this. I'll take you to Yuna, but I sit in on the meeting too. We'll all share the pain, eh?
There you go.
What pain is there for you, I thought. But I said nothing because the big-breasted mayor and the oafish caretaker were also legendary guardians.
Yes, they are, and
They
those
knew
are
my father,
perfect
too.
descriptions.
So it wouldn't have been wise to start trouble right away.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Orin at this point. Again, I don't remember what happens. So this is kind of my thoughts going through here. Not exactly unaware, but at least partially unaware. I like going back to this theme as we're assuming we're going into the temple now where Yuna presumably is. Or at least that's what the music tells me. And that's what the footsteps tell me too.
This place used to be called the
There we
Cloister of
go.
Trials. It's just a regular passageway now that there's no faith. Summoners used to walk through the room farthest down to meet with the faith. That's where Yuna is right now.
Of course
What's
she
Lady
is.
Yuna doing there? I mean, if there's no faith.
Even with no faith, you can still pray. That's what Yuna does now.
What does she pray for?
Peace on Spira.
Yeah,
Of
right.
course.
Say again?
Oh, nothing. By the way, Mr. Waka,
Mr.
I'm a
Waka.
little confused about Yevoners. Their objective is not restoring power to the Yevon temples?
What, we starting from there? Well, I guess it's pretty important, so I'll explain. Yevoners aren't trying to control the world through the teachings like the old temples did. All they're trying to do is live their own lives by the teachings. That's all. It's just one way of living.
I don't
Okay.
quite understand the difference.
The temples maintain several big lies. Sin being a manifestation of human misdeeds, the taboo against the use of machines, that kind of stuff. But everything else they said was pretty much on the money. Gratitude for the bounty of nature, respecting your neighbors.
But all of that just sounds like common sense. I
Yeah.
don't think you need to become a Yevoner and pray.
That's why I said it's one way to live, not the only way. How old are you?
Waka's voice is a little
So
different.
you'll learn soon. The older you get, the harder it becomes to change how you live. Even in this new age, there are people that are lost. Yevoners are a gathering of people like that.
So it's different from, say, New Yevon?
Those guys were just using Yevon's name to gain the people's trust, eh? Their views were actually progressive.
So the Yevoners are backwards thinking?
Wait, no, that's not what I meant. Anyway, New Yevon is gone, and now it's a council. What's the point of discussing it now?
So, to sum up, Yevoners are basically a gathering of weak people?
I like her.
Why you gotta go and say it out loud?
Oh,
Everyone knows.
I
They
enjoy
know.
her character. She's a lot of
If they
fun.
know they shouldn't just crawl into a hole, they should go out and try to live. They think they maintain the peace through prayer? Talk about delusional.
Chuami, was it? Be kinder. Be bigger. Your kind of thinking will only hurt those people.
I didn't like how he said those people. As if he had no stake.
Okay, wait here. I'll bring Yuna. Just keep it to business. If you hassle her like you did with me, I'll throw you out.
We got some more credits there on the screen
Hassle?
there. The voice cast.
Perhaps I was hassling. I was irked. Praying for peace? Far too late for that. My mother was killed by Yevonner hunters.
Oh,
She was impaled by a spear and died with blood streaming from her chest.
dark.
She wasn't a Yevonner. Just a sympathizer. If it wasn't for them...
Chuami, I know how you feel, but please, we have a job to do.
I know.
Just please. Oh, it's Lady Yuna.
The Lady Summoner herself.
Hello, and welcome to Besaid, home of the Yevoners. I am the priestess Yuna.
Greetings, my lady. I am Kurgum, an authorized sender. I have long wanted to meet you, and I have something for you from Chancellor Baralai, and...
I see. Then please leave the package and be on your way.
Hold on there. Did you just hear what he said?
Yeah.
He said he's waited a long time to meet you. Ever since he awakened, he's been waiting for this day to...
No, it's fine. You must be very busy.
Kurgum, stay out of this.
Lady Yuna said she's busy.
Busy? Too busy to eat? Too busy to sleep? Too busy to talk just a few moments to guests who came all the way from Bavel?
I apologize. I had to interrupt my prayers, so I'm feeling a bit anxious.
I think Spira is peaceful enough without your prayers. Sure, there's trouble here and there, but the council takes care of most of them.
I suppose so.
Huh?
Each of the voice
Hey,
actors
we don't need that kind of talk.
from
You
the
brought
previous
something,
game,
Then let's see it.
they seem a
Yes,
little bit different, but I
here
think
it
this
is.
is over a decade later. I'm surprised they got all the same voice actors
Kurgum gave
back
the sphere he received from
do any
Chancellor
of this.
Baralai to Yuna.
Because I don't think they recorded this until, Final Fantasy X-2, HD Remaster was about to come out.
The sphere showed an image of the moonflow. In its currents were two enormous yet adorable shoe puffs,
They're not adorable.
waiting together lovingly, tangling their long noses.
Okay, that's kind of adorable.
Two shoe puffs?
One morning, there was another one.
Well, where'd it come from? The Moonflow shoe puff is supposed to be the last one?
Except Final Fantasy
3 years
X-2 where
ago,
there's
there was a
dozens and
shoe-puff
then,
couple,
whatever.
but the female was attacked and killed by Sin. There are elderly folk who claim that it is that shoe puff.
The beckoning.
Yeah, it has to be.
But this time, it's not the Yevoners. We've forbidden the beckoning outside of the far plane.
What's the
I
beckoning?
don't know the reason, but Chancellor Baralai insisted that Lady Yuna see this, then come to Bavel to discuss it.
Kurgum, you're a sender, right?
Yes,
Then you can do it too. This shoe puff is merely an illusion. If you send it, it will cease to be.
that's not the only problem.
The moonflow is overflowing again. The area around the moonflow is always teeming with spiritual energy, but this is abnormal. We need to find out why, on top of finding out who brought back the shoe puff. I'm pretty sure the council thinks it's the Yevoners. So it's best if Lady Yuna goes to see them personally. Her voice carries weight with many.
Barrelite just wants Yuna to bail him out. Appease the council yourself, why don't you?
Sounds like something they
Waka.
would do.
Yuna was supposed to be spared from politics. That's why she shouldn't...
She shouldn't...
I'm so sorry. I can't go. But that will get you two in trouble, right? So let's do this. I'll create a letter sphere for the council, and you can take...
I saw Titus in Bavel. Your boyfriend, right?
Yes. Did he look well?
He was hiding it, but he looked injured.
Really? Waka, did you know?
Nope.
Probably doesn't want to worry people.
Chiwami.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yuna, let's go talk to Lou.
The way she
Alright.
talked about it, it almost seemed as though Titus was almost fading away again, as opposed to just being injured. They say otherwise here, but I don't know. That's just the impression that I really got from it. I could be wrong. I could be just reading into things, but that's kind of the purpose of me actually doing a video on an audio drama is...
After leaving the temple, we
to
were
give my
left alone
opinion.
for a while. I don't know what they were discussing, but it was clear that Yuna was moved more by her boyfriend's injury than Spira's current problems.
She's already saved the world twice.
Hey,
Don't leave
Kirkham,
everything at her feet.
I'm a little annoyed.
But it looks like we can fulfill our duty. Besides, we get to talk to Lady Yuna a bit more. I always wanted her advice on how summoners should live in a world without the faith. And you can ask about Master Orin.
Oh, yeah.
They find out I'm his daughter, they'll all start kowtowing.
What's
That info is
kowtowing?
our doomsday weapon.
Orin's daughter?
Mayor?
Busted!
Is that true?
Orin had a daughter.
Yes, it is. Did you laugh?
Have you ever lived with him?
No, but I heard stories from my mother.
Have you even met him?
I was too little to remember. You can't prove otherwise.
You don't look like him at all.
I take after my mother.
There were others that looked more like him.
Huh?
Orin, Braska, Jecht. I've met many a swindler claiming to be their children, asking for their things.
Of course.
And you think I'm one of them. Are you calling my mother a liar?
I won't go that far. But if Orin did have children, there's no way you wouldn't remember him. And he wouldn't hide it from us.
Yeah,
Orin
he would.
isn't that kind of man.
He hides everything. That's all he
Big
did all
breasts,
game long.
Bigger attitude. Just
Awesome.
because she knows Orin, she thinks she can say anything. I've
No,
confirmed the
that's
mayor
her
as a
opinion.
hostile. But that's just fine. I'll deal with her eventually.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Anyway, Yuna, Kurgum, the caretaker Waka, and I, decided to stop by the Moonflow before going to Bavel. The airship had mechanical problems and couldn't fly, so it was an arduous trip.
Lovely.
Furthermore, the banks of the Moonflow were packed with people wanting to see the new shoe puff.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, there really are two shoe puffs. Wow, so many spectators here, yeah?
Not precisely, Waka.
Huh? What are they if they're not spectators?
Half the people here are illusions.
Oh.
The Moonflow energy is responding to the will of the living. It's as if we're in the far plane.
So how'd they manage that?
What? You can sense it too, Kurgum?
Yes, I can. For instance, that family there. The father and daughter are alive, but the mother... So sad.
I've never been on a far plane pilgrimage, but is it always this vivid?
Not quite. It's true, this almost seems too...
It's interesting.
Come on, Melo. We have to get home before night falls.
Okay. Mommy? You're coming with us, right?
Basically,
Can't do that,
when this
But
came
why?
out,
She's
it was...
here. She came to see
A
us.
lot of people talked
Come
about
on,
it as if it was the
Come visit
setup
her again another
for
time.
a Final
No,
Fantasy X
I wanted
3.
to come home.
Well, this came
Nice
out,
work,
what,
Dad.
2 or 3
Of
years
course
ago
she's gonna
now?
say that. It's hard
And
enough to
we
say goodbye
still
once to a
haven't
dead
heard
parent, but twice?
Anything about
Just
a Final Fantasy
cruel.
X 3 actually being
Mommy?
completed, or even being
Come
worked
with us,
on.
right?
Not to my knowledge, anyway.
Yes, Melu. Let's go home.
I've seen people propose, or at
can't
least
be.
ask, is
Lady
Final
Yuna.
Fantasy X 3 even necessary?
unbelievable.
Kurgum, explain.
A beckoned illusion doesn't speak. More accurately, only the beckoner can hear the voice.
So, what? If it's not an illusion, we call that real, right?
You
That
should
would
report
make
this to the
sense.
council at once.
Agreed. Let's go. Hey, Kurgum, what are you doing? You're gonna dance?
Souls must be sent. Order must be maintained.
Kurgum, not now. It'll only cause sadness.
But this is too unnatural. It's wrong. The council must have known about this and wanted you to see it, right? So you can do something about it?
Even if that were so, now is not the time. No one has the right to violate this reunion. Not me, not the council.
Forget about rights. Look how happy they are. You two start sending everyone here, there'll be a riot. I don't want to be collateral damage.
Well, a little sending here and there won't take care of this, right? Let's come back later.
But
Seems to be a much
Kurgum,
larger problem here.
Please.
Yeah, that's... basically, like I said, this was set up as a teaser for Final Fantasy X-3, which at this point we've never received.
And so, we return to Bavel.
What are you going to do there? We can talk to Barreleye?
Chuami,
Where's
your shoe.
Nuge?
What are we waiting on?
More importantly,
More importantly? Is there anything more important than my question? I don't think so.
I wonder whose concept
when I
art that
stopped
is.
ascending, Lady Yuna looked relieved, right?
I guess.
I thought Lady Yuna was a righteous person.
Excessive hero worship. You expect too much.
Always.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, you always build up your heroes more than they likely will be able to live up to.
Looking back now, we could have predicted this. What we saw that day at the Moonflow wasn't just an omen. It was a clear sign of the return.
The return?
The return of what is now right before my eyes. Sin.
Wait, what?
Sin?
How is
It has
Sin
to be a
back?
mistake, right, Chuami? It's just some big monster.
We
No.
killed it.
That is sin. The sin that should no longer be.
Are you saying someone beckoned it to return?
Yes, very strongly. Someone strongly wished for sin.
But what are we gonna do?
Only a summoner and the final Aeon can defeat sin.
No, we proved that wrong.
Without the faith.
Luna, let's go back to Besaid. They'll push this all on you.
Of course they
Doesn't
will.
matter to people that there's no faith. Sin is for summoners in their minds. It's just how it is. Kurgum, you coming?
I will abide by Lady Yuna's decision. Lady Yuna!
I have to see Titus.
What is the deal with this woman? Seriously!
Considering those who shouldn't be here are coming back, and Titus probably shouldn't be here, she must be worried about him potentially disappearing.
Chuami.
I would guess.
What are we waiting on now?
Chuami?
It seems if they were going to build a Final Fantasy
Chuami, that
X-3,
room is...
it would be based on Chuami and Kurgrum's
Chuami,
adventure.
It's not polite to eavesdrop.
Don't tell me you're not curious about what the High Summoner and the Superstar are talking about.
What does that mean?
You have that girl, so...
What?
Told you, Marfi is just a friend.
Really?
Come on, Yuna. If you just think for a minute,
I can't think.
you're not yourself.
Yeah. Something's wrong with me. I didn't think this would... I'm sorry.
Well, as long as you're aware of it.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm sorry, but I'm no longer looking at you.
What?
I think I'm in love with someone else.
Who?
Someone you don't know.
Let me meet him then.
I'm sorry.
Kurgum, this is unreal. Unreal! The world is about to end and she's having a spat! Why on Spira are you crying, Kurgum?
Chuami, I'm sorry. I'm in love with Lady Yuna. That's why I can't be with you. I'm sorry.
Say what now? Since when is our relationship like that? What's going on here?
If it's not like that, then it's fine. Yes, let's say goodbye here. We each have to go our separate ways.
Kurgum?
You can't understand, Chuami. Only summoners can.
It seems as if something is manipulating emotions somewhere along the line.
Whatever.
But it's always annoying when they go back to a story later on, even though the main story was all about two people getting together, and then they go to the next one years later, and then all of a sudden they decide, no, they have to break up so they can get back together, and that has to be the plot.
So I left the summoners and came back to the
It's extremely annoying to see that in every sequel.
I was a little frazzled and not thinking straight. But
And I have no interest
came
in
here
it
to
here.
drag out the people who defeated Sin once. Determined though he may be, it was too big a task for Kurgum.
And that was it.
So you just came crawling back here? That's a laugh.
So who do you think this guy is Yuna loves?
Figure it out yourself.
But she
I
said
like
it was someone
Lulu.
I don't know. What?
Look for her. Find her. Embrace her.
But that's...
You're really pathetic. I
course
thought
he
you
is.
knew Yuna better than that.
I thought I did.
Thought you did.
I hate to interrupt, but Sin?
Yeah, right, we
Those
got
two
the
knew
big
it
evil
was
guy.
hopeless, but
Who said it was hopeless?
what?
We won
I
before,
mean, Sin came back, right? What's to stop anything else from coming back?
like
Does
Vegnagun,
that mean...
Braska.
I didn't quite understand, so I looked at
Orin?
Tidus. With furrowed brows, he looked intently at the mayor,
Seymour?
and suddenly opened his eyes wide.
We have to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, they set up an interesting mystery to be solved, and that basically sets up what would be Final Fantasy X-3, but I don't know if we're ever going to get it. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I think we're almost done. I'm going to say my outro here just because I don't know how long this actually goes for. Looks like it's all
I was
credits
as
now.
confused as ever, but I couldn't ask. All I could ask was... I wonder where they are now.
Wherever they are, we have to get there.
Even though she dumped you?
I made a
Titus
promise.
and Chuami together.
We'd always be together.
Really? The mushy stuff now, I thought? But as I saw the pain in his face, I could say nothing.
That's pretty much all for this one, and that's all for Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
Of course you will. Of course you're going to do it again. It's your job, apparently. Not because everyone else says that it's your job, but because you say it's your job. Well, any issues with this potential for a new game aside, if they make Final Fantasy X-3, I'll play the shit out of that.